Once upon a time, the Comans were the talk of the town, a power couple, the kind people envied in silence and admired in public. Adole, a lifestyle influencer, had millions hanging onto her every post. Her life was the dream. Perfect home, perfect kids, perfect marriage. At least, that's what she made the world believe. Mr. Coleman, an oil magnate, had made Forbes 40 under 40 list 3 times. He was sharp, calculated and ruthless in business, but at home, he was just a man who loved his wife. Loved her too much, but there was one problem: Wendy. Wendy wasn't just a friend. She was Adole's shadow, her voice of reason, or the voice that drowned out all others. They had been inseparable since childhood. Where Wendy stepped, Adole followed. Where Wendy sat, Adole knelt. Over the years, Mr. Coleman had come to one painful realization. Wendy wasn't just an influence in their home. She was the decision maker, and he was tired. Adole, what's this I'm hearing about boarding school? Coleman's voice was calm, but the edge was unmistakable. He sat at the kitchen counter, rolling his wedding band between his fingers, a habit he had picked up when he was annoyed. Adole, standing by the sink, didn't even turn. It's the best thing for them, she said casually, rinsing out a glass. You don't understand. This will help us have more time for ourselves. Other parents are doing it. Besides, Wendy said, bang! The ring hit the counter. Adole flinched. The glass slipped from her fingers and shattered in the sink. Mr. Coleman's voice was dangerously quiet now. Adole, they are our children, and they are barely 2 years old. Since when did Wendy become a third parent in this house? Adole, we already have 2 nannies for the twins. These nannies, might I remind you, came highly recommended by Wendy. Your own mother offered to come in and help, but you refused, saying Wendy called her a witch. Adole exhaled sharply, finally turning to face him. Why are you making this a big deal? Coleman stared at her, something cold setting in his chest. A big deal? He repeated, voice low. I'm their father, Adole. I should be the one making these decisions with you. But instead, I hear about it from someone else. I'm your husband, but somehow I always come after Wendy. She opened her mouth to respond, but then her phone buzzed. She glanced down. Wendy. And just like that, the moment was gone. Whatever hesitation had flickered in her eyes disappeared as she swiped to answer. Hey girl. Her voice softened instantly. No, it's fine. I was just talking to Coleman. A small laugh. Yeah, he's upset, but you know how men are. Mr. Coleman watched his wife disappear into a conversation that had nothing to do with him. His fist clenched. Then slowly he got up. The chair scraped against the floor. Adole looked up startled. Babe, where are you going? Take the call, he said, voice clipped. Maybe she can be your husband too. And with that, he walked away. Adole stood frozen, phone still pressed to her ear, staring at the empty space he left behind. For the first time, she wondered, had she taken Wendy's advice too far? Ignore him. Men like that always come crawling back, Wendy said on the other end of the line. Adole smiled, feeling reassured that she was doing the right thing. Later that night, Mr. Coleman sat outside with his boys at the lounge, nursing his drink quietly. The guys were laughing, loud music bumping, but he wasn't really there. Me leaned in, half tipsy, smirking. My guy, you dey turn mumu, he said. Coleman raised an eyebrow. How? Your wife dey take advice from Wendy pass you wey be husband. E be like say na Wendy dey run your house. One day she go lead am spoil. Coleman stayed silent, but the words cut deep. He remembered the first time he met Adole. Simple, sweet, real. No filters, no hashtags. Just her. But now, every move came with a caption. Every decision came with a Wendy said. He took a deep breath. Bro, don't disrespect my wife. I'm not. I'm telling you the truth. Respect dey both ways. You dey put food for house, build empire, raise kids. But Wendy, she dey run the throne. Coleman stood, tossed some cash on the table. I will catch you later. Bro, no vex oh. I just dey talk man to man. Coleman didn't look back. He drove around aimlessly thinking. Every red flag he had ignored slapped him in the face tonight. Months passed, and for the first time, Wendy was silent. Then Adole brought up a new idea. "We need to see a powerful prophetess," she insisted one evening. "Adole, we are Presbyterians. What's the need? You're a man. You take things for granted. We need spiritual protection." Wendy again, he scoffed. "She cares about us." Again, he caved. That's how he found himself, sitting in a dimly lit apartment, incense burning around him, as a woman in white robes chanted. "Drink this," the prophetess said, handing him a concoction. Something about her eyes unsettled him. Then she asked for a private consultation with Coleman. Coleman narrowed his eyes. "Private consultation? For what?" "Spirits speak clearer when distractions are gone," the prophetess said, smiling. Adole nodded eagerly. "Go, babe, let her help you." Against Coleman's better judgment, he followed the woman into a small candle-lit room. Back in the living room, Adole was sipping more of the strange herbal mix. "What did she say?" she asked when Coleman came out. Coleman stared at her for a long time. "She said she has fortified our protection. Let's go home," he said softly. It happened on a Saturday, the kind of Saturday where nothing felt off, until everything was. Adole was curled on the couch, scrolling through her phone, when the front door creaked open. She looked up and froze. Standing in the doorway was Coleman. Right behind him, the prophetess, bags in hand. Adole slowly stood, confused, uneasy. "What's going on?" she asked, voice trembling. Coleman didn't blink. "She's my new wife." Adole blinked. "What?" He chuckled nervously. "You're joking, right?" But his face was stone cold. "I'm not. I've found true love. Someone who sees me. Someone who's not under spiritual manipulation." "Spiritual what?" "You're a marine spirit, Adole, sent to destroy me. Mother Prophetess saw it and revealed it to me." Her jaw dropped. "Coleman, are you hearing yourself?" "I am finally hearing clearly. I'm done living under witchcraft and my true love has been revealed." Adole collapsed to her knees, sobbing. "Please, you can't do this to me." He looked at her the way he looked at a stranger on the street. "You need to leave tonight." She stared at him in disbelief, hoping he'd take her back, but he didn't. The next morning, she stood in front of her mother's gate, makeup smeared, clothes wrinkled, bags by her side. Her mother opened the door shocked. "Adole?" Adole dropped the bags and whispered, "He said I'm a marine spirit." Then she broke down completely, right there on the porch. "Come inside," her mother said tenderly. Adole sat on her mother's floor, eyes red from crying all night. Her mother watched her, arms folded. "Talk to me. What really happened?" Adole looked up slowly, voice barely a whisper. "The prophetess." Her mother leaned in. "What prophetess?" "Prophetess Wendy recommended. She's the reason Coleman threw me out." Her mother frowned. "What do you mean?" "She told him I was a marine spirit, that I came to destroy him." Her voice cracked. "Mommy, how does a husband wake up one day and say his wife is the devil?" Mother sighed, fighting tears. "You should have left Wendy out of your marriage long ago. I warned you. You follow Wendy like a puppet. Look where it got you." Adole shook her head. Mommy, leave Wendy out of this. She's my best friend. She has my interests at heart. Let's focus on the problem at hand." "What do I do now?" Her mother shrugged. "I don't know, dear. Why don't you ask your Wendy?" "Mommy, she's out of town." "Well, as for me, I can't help you. You are free to stay as long as you want. After all, you people said I'm a witch, remember?" Rumors swirled. Social media speculated about the Coleman's silence. Adole disappeared from her family channel. She could barely go out. Then one day, as she hung clothes outside, she froze. Her husband was walking toward her. Behind him, the prophetess. Adole's heart dropped. She dropped the bedsheet in her hand. "What is she doing here?" she screamed, backing away. "Sweetheart, please, calm down. Just listen." She folded her arms. "Listen to what? That you kicked me out of my own home like trash?" He stepped closer, face soft. "It wasn't what you think." "Oh, please," she snapped. "You called me a marine spirit, said I came to destroy you, and now you're here playing humble husband?" The prophetess cleared her throat and stepped forward, but Adole pointed sharply. Don't say a word. You are the devil in a white robe. Coleman raised his hand. Let her talk, please. The prophetess took a breath. Adole, during my private consultation with your husband, I told him something shocking, something you needed to know. Adole narrowed her eyes. Wendy came to me first, she continued. She begged me to give your husband a potion, one that would make him fall for her. Lies, Adole snapped. Wendy would never what? Coleman interrupted, his voice sharp now. Betray you? Adole, Wendy wanted me. She's always wanted me. Adole gasped, stumbling backward, like the wind had slapped her. So I pretended to fall under the prophetess's spell. It was the only way to open your eyes. Tears welled up in her eyes, but she wiped them away angrily. You could have just told me the truth. He looked at her, eyes full of regret. Would you have listened? Adole, I want my wife back, but we can't continue in Wendy's shadow. You need to understand that if you can't, Adole, I'll walk away. He turned to leave and the prophetess followed. Adole stood alone, broken and confused. There was only one thing to do now. She needed to hear Wendy's side of the story. Adole stormed into Wendy's compound like a woman possessed. You destroyed my life, she yelled, eyes blazing. Wendy didn't flinch. She stood there with a wine glass and a wicked smile. Did I hold a gun to your head? Did I force you to listen to me? Adole was trembling. Her whole body shook. You're my best friend, Wendy rolled her eyes. And you were a fool. You let me run your marriage. You had a good man and you threw him away because of me. That's on you, sis. Adole clenched her fist. I trusted you. Wendy took a sip of wine, shrugged. That's your real problem. You trusted someone who never had your best interest. Now, if you are done throwing tantrums, kindly see yourself out. I don't have time for this rubbish. She turned and walked away, leaving Adole standing there, broken but this time woke. That night, Adole returned home. Her voice was soft but sure. I need time, she told Coleman, but I want my family back. He didn't hesitate. We'll fix this together, she nodded, eyes glassy. I'm sorry for letting someone else steer our ship. I lost myself, but I've learned. The twins came home weeks later. Bit by bit, Adole got her rhythm back. She cut Wendy off completely. Wendy tried to crawl back in, but the door was shut. Then one day, the internet broke. Wendy exposed. There were screenshots everywhere. People she'd scammed came forward. The empire she built on secrets crumbled. Meanwhile, Adole, she opened her laptop and logged into her page and made her first post in months. The snake that bites you isn't always in the bush. It might be in your living room. Be careful who you listen to. Comments flooded in. The queen is back. We missed you. Never again. She closed the laptop and whispered to herself. Lesson learned. The moral of the story is that one must be careful who you let into your life and home. Not everyone who smiles at you means you well. Some are quietly tearing you down with their words and influence. Always think for yourself. Trust your instincts and never give outsiders more power in your relationship than your partner. Blind loyalty to friends can cost you everything. Beware of Wendy's. Hi fam, click the link on the right to dive into yet another captivating tale. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button. Until next time, it's bye from us at Apenthene African Stories.